Excuse me. We here? Let's get straight to it. I'm right back at you like I never left, and I'm gonna go this hard to my last breath. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoon, Consort Moon. You already know what you're gonna get me. Step in this room. You're now dealing with Kanoon. Yeah, I'm here. While I'm here, I'm gonna make the information direct and clear because a lot of y'all can't hear. Yeah. Now, welcome back to Make My Ancestors Great Again. This is another episode of My Thoughts. And as the title states, this is Jesus, the first prosperity preacher on My Thoughts 298. Okay. I'm going to get into that. I'm going to show you a couple of scriptures that support what I'm saying, my claims, and we'll get into that shortly. Let's listen to the ancestors. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I thank you for watching.
One thing you have to get through your mind and keep it. Nothing that ever came from the European mind was meant to do anything but facilitate European domination of the world. And I said there's no exception.
That's the great ancestor, Dr. John Henry Clarke, and his many ancestors depicted in photographic depiction in that video. Great master teachers, okay, warrior kings who fought for justice, who fought for civil rights, who fought for the prosperity of their people, who fought for nationalism. I mean, who just fought for equality. Okay, they had great research. They did a whole lot of things. They left their own scholarships and they kicked down the doors of being knowledgeable through learning and teaching. That was the Harlem Renaissance era. A lot of the people depicted in those photographic depictions. That's what spearheaded this type of Black power, Pan-Africanism, a lot of things that they call it. So these are the people that I champion and give respect to, okay, because they came before me pushing the same type of thing, which I declare is truth, okay? So I always give an honorary toast. That's why I drink. I give an honorary toast, just tea. I drink a lot of iced tea, sometimes Kool-Aid. I do make Kool-Aid, yes. Water. That's the only thing you see me drink. So I give them a honorary toast and a salute. May the ancestors rest, their souls rest, may their spirit continue to be lifted. Okay. Now, Jesus the Christ was the first prosperity preacher. So when you see people like Creflo Dollar, Kenneth Copeland, Jesse Duplantis, that's another silly man. Joel Osteen, that's another silly guy. TD Jakes, they got another little funny, little tall, skinny man. Keon Henderson. Todd Hall is a silly man. John Hanna, I believe that's his name, out in Chicago, Illinois. All these people, Juanita Bynum, all these people are what you would call prosperity preachers. You hear me? Because they want to prosper. They get money. I want your money so they can prosper. Jamal Bryant is another one. They want money. I showed Damien, I believe that's his name, Damien Winans. I said 1,000 plus 1,000. See, that's prosperity. Give me your money so we can prosper. The Lord didn't say you should be broke. And since I'm the pastor teaching you, no way I should be broke. You hear me? And they use these silly scriptures to cause more harm than they do good. Okay. Let's look at these scriptures. This is Mark. What I'm going to share with you is Mark 10, 28 through 30. And it's going to show you how this Jesus was a politician of this word, or a pulpit hustler, or a prosperity preacher. Why I'm saying this, because keep in mind, we've already seen the story. It's 2,000 years old now, after his death, is what I'm saying. They said he died roughly around I'm sorry, the year 33, 34, somewhere up in there. Never been no man named Jesus, but this is what's alleged. This Jesus the Christ died around 30 to 33 AD. We're in the year 2025. We haven't made it to 2033 yet. So it's coming up on 2,000 years now. You hear me? The story has been said and gone. So if this was correct, if Jesus said it, it had to be correct. But we can see that none of this, what he's speaking about, ever happened. I'm gonna read it and I'll tell you what I'm speaking about. If you feel like you want to do something for me, like and subscribe because it won't cost you a fee. Let me see. This is it right here. Mark 10, 28 through 30 in the New Living Translation. You can read it in the King James. It's the same old thing. Okay. I like the King James because it keeps it in layman's terms, which just mean regular how you talk. Hey man, how you doing? Not no hither, thy, all that. I don't understand that type of stuff. I do, but not for the sake of just homeboy barber shopping and talking regular lingo. No. Let's look at this. Mark 10:28 says this. Then Peter began to speak up. We've given up everything to follow you, he said. This is Peter, one of the disciples. And this is who Jesus is dealing with. He's dealing with his disciples. Peter said, hey, man, you know what? Not to just say nothing, I'll just out of the ordinary, but or out of line. We've given up everything to follow you. Do you hear me? That's how the story goes now. Let's see what this Jesus the Christ said. This is his reply in the red. Jesus out of nowhere said, yes, yes. Jesus replied, and I assure you that everyone who has given up a house or brothers or sisters or mother or father or children or property for my sake and for the good news, that's for the sake of the gospels, okay, will receive in return 100 times as many houses, brothers, sisters, mother, children, and property, along with, let me go to the next one. Okay. This is it's continuing on right here at the top there. You see 30. I already said property, or children or property for my sake and for the good news, for the gospels. Okay. Will receive now 100 times as many houses, brothers, sisters, mothers, children, and property, along with persecution. Okay. It ain't gonna come without scrutiny. But he said they're gonna receive that now. Then it says, and in the world to come, this is the afterlife, that person will receive eternal life. Let me tell you why this is a bold-faced lie. It said, whoever followed me, he was talking about his disciples. It was roughly 12 of them. If we know how the story goes, which we do, because it's already been said and gone now, roughly 2,000 years since his death, as I just forementioned. If you left a house, you'll have 100 houses. If you left a child, you'll have 100 children. If you left a mother, you should have 100 mothers. We know that can't happen, but anything. If you left a husband, you have 100 husbands. All this old carrying on. If you left anything, you should have 100 times that amount. That's prosperity. Let me tell you why that's a bald-faced lie. And you know the story. Show me or tell me of any prosperous disciple. Jesus wasn't a disciple in the tunes of what he just discussed there. Jesus didn't have 100 homes. Jesus didn't have 100 wives, 100 mothers, 100 brothers. He didn't have any of that stuff. So he's up there selling lies. This is why this is prosperity, the first prosperity preacher. You hear me? This is a bold-faced lie. This is a politician of sorts trying to be political. Hey, man, whoever's lost anything that followed me and they left that behind, excuse me, they're going to have 100 times that amount right now. And in the next life, you're going to have eternal life. This was such a lie that one of the disciples named Judas, which you know the story, like I say, it's been roughly 2,000 years now to the death of this so-called supposed Jesus the Christ, who never existed in human being forms. But for the sake of the story, let's discuss it. It's coming up on 2,000 years in 2033. You hear me? That's what's been proposed. Judas had to betray him, sell him the betrayal plan and all this carrying on for 30 shekels of silver. That's how poor they were. That was appealing. Hey, man, set it up. Give me the blueprints. Tell me where you guys going to be. Lay it out. Tell me how many men he usually ride with. Do you have swords, weaponry? Sell me the blueprint, and I'll promise you 30 shekels of silver. It was such an attractive offer that Judas gave up this Jesus the Christ, who supposedly be God, who just promised that they're having that life 100 times everything they left. You hear me? So this Jesus the Christ is the first prosperity preacher and the first flat out liar to get on the pulpit because he was preaching and teaching at this time and make a damn fool out of himself. That's my thoughts on all this. You can do with it as you please. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanum, Consul Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in this room. You're not dealing with Kanum. This is what I do, and I love to do it. And before I take back what I said, I add some more to it. This is not to take God from anybody. This is to restore spirituality, which was taken from you at the time religion was given to you. If you were spiritual, you wouldn't be needing this. If you were spiritual, you wouldn't look like any other race but follow a man that's of a Jewish nature or Jewish descent, they say. But this was created in a Greco-Roman understanding. So initially, this was a European man who's now been converted and translated over into a Jewish man. And all other ethnicities and all things like that follow a man that has nothing to do with them. You have no association. It's not real, but this the story itself, the literature. This is a Jewish survival book, and they should keep it. And if the European, like I said, this is Greco-Roman, Greek and Roman, the European want it, he can have it and go to hell with it too. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I thank you for watching. Education and preparation is the first step to retaliation. So before you pick up a weapon or a silly religion, pick up some knowledge, okay? If anybody's offended by anything you heard, I meant every word. Yeah. See y'all tomorrow.